Hi, this is Cheryl Gallant, your Conservative Member of Parliament for the Vigilant riding of Algonquin-Renfrew-Pembroke. On Tuesday, I gave a speech in the House of Commons on a few of the many problems contained in the Liberal government's new legislation called Bill C-2, the so-called Strong Borders Act. While Conservative support measures to strengthen the border, C-2 is an omnibus bill. That means the Liberals stuffed it with measures that have nothing to do with the border. During my speech, I spoke out against three sections of the bill. One, the bill would allow police to open your mail without a warrant. Two, the bill would ban the use of cash for transactions over $10,000 for now. And three, the bill would allow police to access your internet search history without a warrant. Those parts of the bill are bad, and I encourage you to like and share the speech right after this video, because there is a really troubling part of this bill that I didn't have time to address in my speech. The Liberals want to force internet companies to make it easier for governments to access their data. That's very dangerous. It creates new vulnerabilities. It's easier for the government to get your data, and if it's easier for the government, it's easier for the hackers to get it too. What makes this so much worse is that the bill makes it illegal for companies to publicly disclose security vulnerabilities. This flies in the face of every cybersecurity best practice. Suppose a company discovered a security vulnerability in the software that controls cell towers. The bill, C-2, would make it illegal for the company to tell Bell, Rogers, or TELUS about the threat. Around the world, there are security companies, nonprofit organizations, and academics who routinely research cyber threats, then publish ways to prevent those threats. Rapidly getting the word out about threats is the best defense. It's clear why the Liberals are doing this. They want to have the power to spy on everyone. The Liberals will force companies to provide a secret back door to allow the government to monitor your data and web traffic. Eventually, criminals and foreign states will figure out how to use those secret back doors. When Canadian internet companies eventually discover their networks have been infiltrated and your data has been stolen, the Liberals won't want the truth to come out. Keeping the truth from Canadians is just part of the Liberal Party's operation system. Over the last 10 years, a federal government's interim federal health program increased in cost by 1,200%. The interim federal health program was originally meant to provide screening and medically necessary procedures to provide urgent care for refugees who arrived in Canada from conflict zones. In 2015, the program cost $66 million. Last year, the program cost $800 million. This is all because of a decision made by the Liberals. It was the Liberals who expanded the program. The Liberals expanded this program to include services that many Canadians don't even receive or have to pay for themselves, such as pharmaceuticals, vision care, counseling, prosthetics, assistive devices, home care, nursing homes, physiotherapy, and occupational speech therapy. Those additional health services account for half the cost increase for the program. The other half is driven by the explosion in asylum claims that began after Trudeau's infamous Welcome to Canada tweet. The number of those who sought coverage under the program grew from around 84,000 in 2016 to over 400,000 in 2024, a 377% increase. Let's be clear. This has nothing to do with temporary foreign workers or international students. This is not the fault of refugees receiving benefits from the program. This is 100% the fault of the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party expanded the program, and they expanded it to provide the benefits even though Canadians themselves don't receive through our provincial healthcare programs. It was the Liberal Party that threw open the doors and invited people to abuse our asylum system. Here's the irony. The Liberals and their media allies will attack anyone who dares to criticize their bad policy choices. They will accuse us of being racist, and they will do this at exactly the same time they are passing legislation to remove many of the legal rights asylum seekers currently have. The Liberals know for a fact that many of those in the asylum system are not actual refugees, but rather economic migrants. That's why they're taking away the right of international students to claim refugee status. That's why they're giving themselves the power to cancel any migrant's permit to be in the country. This is all part of a pattern. Conservatives introduced a common sense reform. The Liberals accuse us of being hateful monsters and promise to do the opposite. They get elected, then they do the opposite. Eventually that blows up in their faces, like it has now. They swap in a new leader who then goes far beyond what the Conservatives ever would propose. Under Harper, we tightened up the healthcare system for refugees. The Liberals accuse us of being hateful monsters. Trudeau vastly expanded the healthcare system. Costs have spiraled out of control. The Liberals ditched Trudeau for Carney, and he decides the solution is to strip people of their right to seek asylum in the first place. Then the Liberal-friendly media spend the summer attacking Conservatives for proposing to reform the temporary foreign worker program. The Liberals just love to accuse us of doing exactly what they themselves are currently doing. Live from Ottawa, this is Cheryl Gallant.